level of communication?
Yeah, WhatsApp will not speak much. It's only on the days, not much. We'll only speak when I could not. Those are the things which I don't usually record.
99.2.2, you deal with Mr. Karim, and you address him all the way down to 99.2.7. Can you take the Commission through those paragraphs which describe your relationship with Mr. Karim?
Oh, Mr. Suleiman Karim is and was always a very prominent businessman in Mahikeng. I've known him for a number of years in that capacity. I used to run a business where I distributed groceries, which I obtained on a wholesale basis from Mr. Karim, and then distribute on retail basis for profit within the larger Mahikeng community. Mr. Karim is a prominent business person within the Mahikeng society, and he has done a lot for the upliftment of especially the youth in the greater Mahikeng area. I was aware that Mr. Karim was an investor in the contract or tender awarded to Madlanga by the South African Police Service, which later became contentious. Mr. Karim and I have traditionally had a very good relationship.
Sorry, I asked you to go all the way through, but can I get clarity on 99.2.3? When you say you were aware that he was an investor in the tender awarded to Mr. Madlanga by the SAPS, was that something you knew independent of your undercover work in relation to Mr. Madlanga, or was it something that you found out in your investigation?
No, it was not from Madlanga or investigation. Mr. Karim did call me to say, I have invested money in this sub-tender. There's a guy, his name is Kat, and I did not tell him the role or whatever that I was doing on Kat or against Kat. And then what he wanted to find out in particular, he then said, I wish I can find out if this, I'm starting to feel that this tender is not authentic, kind of due diligence. Is there anyone that you know in SAPS who can tell us, who can confirm that this contract indeed is authentic or not? And I couldn't really find that out for him. That's when I started talking to Kat, which also opened the way for me when I spoke to Kat. But Kat, do you have appointment letter? Were you appointed? Because now, as you say, they are struggling to pay you. Were you really appointed? And then Kat said, yes, of course I'm being appointed. But also, Suleiman Karim showed me the papers of investment with Kat's appointment letter. I think we met in Mahikeng. He was showing me that this is how he was appointed. And I also said, I believe this is authentic. It looked very authentic.
Sorry, I didn't hear that last statement of yours.
It looked very authentic, but remember, I never said to Suleiman Karim that it was General Sibiya who gave me the contact number of the service provider. But I told him, yes, it is authentic, because I could see the same tender which I was having some investigations on.
And when you say he showed you the papers of investment, what do you mean by that? Did he...
The loan agreement.
And what did the loan agreement involve?
The amount of money invested, the terms of payment as to whenever
let me be more specific. What was the amount invested?
10 million rand.
10 million?
That's correct.
So Mr. Karim advanced 10 million to Mr. Madlanga for the purposes of this tender?
That's correct.
And the terms of repayment?
I did not read the entire document, but part of what I saw was, as and when he gets paid, he will be paying off this money.
this loan agreement is to Mr. Matlala personally or the business that
The
got
business-
the tender?
Or the business, the Medway tender, it was strictly for the particular tender we are referring to.
Thank you.
In 99.2.7, you say that on 4 March, you sent Mr. Karim a WhatsApp containing a screenshot, and you say purported to have been sent by Minister Mkhunu. I think that's an error, purported to have been sent to Minister Mkhunu. If we can just go to that screenshot, it's at page 118. Do you have it?
To me, it's not 118.
If you look at the foot of page 118,
Oh, yes, that's it.
there is a message from Mr. Matlala sent to you
That's correct.
that says, "Good morning, Minister. I just received a call from our guy, who's a service provider for our health risk management project. He's got very serious concerns. Apparently, you gave a directive to scrutinize his contract, and while they're at it, they must stall as much as they can to release purchase orders until you guys come up with something that can warrant the termination of service."
That's correct.
Now, that's a WhatsApp that Mr. Matlala sends to you on the 4th of March.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Are you saying that you had earlier sent this WhatsApp to Mr. Karim?
That's correct. In this instance, you will check that as I'm sitting, I will not have the content of Mr. Matlala's problems. And in that case, if you check on top, there was a call between me and him, or maybe something like that. I will then ask him, look, for me to direct your message to the minister in a way that you want it, please draft something for me, send it to me so that I can copy and send to the minister. So indeed, I did ask him to send me this message.
So this is a message that Mr. Matlala sends to you at your suggestion,
That's
formulating the message that he wants you to send on his behalf to the minister.
That's correct.
That's not what is said in paragraph 99.2.7. Is 99.2.7 incorrect? Because in 99.2.7 you talk about you sending
Message to Karim.
this message to Mr.
Yeah.
Karim.
Yes. But this message, I think there's a mistake with numbering here. It will be a problem with numbering, commissioners. What I know is that the message that I'm referring to, and on 4 March 2025, I sent Mr. Karim a message containing screenshot to have been sent by minister. It must be a signal message which I'm able to craft, like I've been saying. I wish I could be allowed to do something and bring it. It's the message that says whatever that I will want Karim to hear, something that will make him feel okay about the response from the minister. So I believe I'll have to find the correct reference in respect of that.
Okay, don't need to take it further now. Then, paragraph 99.3, you respond to the various references in the chats to an iPad guy.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Maybe I can take them to you. If we start at page 45. Sorry. I have my wrong. If you 45 on the 23rd of December. You write to Mr. Matlala saying iPad guy name, and then you follow that up with my brother, any news from iPad, and then there is an audio video call. Two, in fact. What were you interested in relation to iPad there? What was your inquiry with Mr. Matlala about?
I did mention the iPad guy was someone who was known by Matlala, whom he said, remember the case was open both in Soweto and Brooklyn. He said to me he has someone in iPad who can help with investigation of these cases. That's why.
And sorry, which cases are we talking about?
His case of assault.
His case of assault.
Of new affairs. And that's why I'm going to ask commissioners to go to page 46. You commissioners will realize that every time it is me who ask him about the iPad and his court case, because I wanted to know in particular what is the name of this iPad guy. I did not know him. I still cannot tell who the iPad guy is.
And why were you interested in the name of the iPad guy?
That is one of the criminal network I wanted to establish. That someone can have iPad person who can do this arrest on his behalf.
So you were trying to identify who Mr. Matlala had in his pay, possibly in iPad?
In iPad, yes.
Then the other individuals we asked you to comment on are listed on 99.4 to 99.12. You've addressed all of them with the possible exception of General Khan. Is there anything further that you would like to say in relation to General Khan, your relationship with General Khan, your communications with General Khan?
I do not have any communication with General Khan. General Khan, I met him physically. He was in the car. I was with my handler. It was about that period, about after the plot of his dismissal. It was only then my handler said, and then they opened the window and said, "This is General Khan." And that was the time I heard of him so many times. By the time I shook his hand, that was the day. Beside that, there is no any other relationship.
So apart from shaking General Khan's hand, you've had no contact with him?
No, I never had contact with him.
If you had no relationship with him, what was your interest in the disciplinary process against him to a point where you were hoping that General Mkhwanazi would not accept to be chairperson of that disciplinary hearing, because that's your evidence. Why would you be interested in it if you didn't know him?
It was not the interest on General Khan. Even if it was General James, as long as it was in the crime intelligence and having someone plotted against, I would do the same. It was not about General Khan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then in 99.13, you say you performed no role for Mr. Matlala in relation to the Minister of Police, Mr. Mkhunu.
No role, that's correct.
And then we deal with the signal chats. And there are 3 signal chats that you received from the Minister that you confirm. And maybe if we can take them in chronological order and start with the signal chat that you forwarded to Mr. Matlala on 27 December. That's Annexure BM9 at page 137. Can we go there?
Yes,
Do you have it?
I have it.
So it was forwarded to Mr. Mogotsi on the 27th of the 12th, the 27th of December. But it's a screenshot of a conversation between yourself and the Minister at a different time. And if we just go down to page 138, we see that at least the second half of the screenshot relates to the December chats on the December 23rd and December 24th. You confirm that?
Yes, I confirm, Commissioners.
Now, the first part of the chat, right up at page 137, when was that message, please update, sent to you?
It was sent by Minister Senzo Mkhunu to me about please update.
And when did he send it to you? Because it could have been one day before the 23rd. It could have been 1 year before the 23rd. Do you remember? Do you know what it refers to?
I cannot necessarily say I confirm, but it was. I can still say it was sent the same day, or to send because it's a screenshot. I understand the point, but it was sent to me by Minister Senzo Mkhunu, and of course I have a screenshot which I forwarded to Kate Matlala.
So it would certainly have been forwarded to you before Monday, the 23rd of December, because we see lower down there's a date line, Monday, 23rd December, there. Can we just scroll down a little? You see, when it says we got a breakthrough, that says Monday, December the 23rd.
Yes, I know the message.
But do you recall what this chat was about?
Yes, definitely, I do recall, Commissioners.
Can you tell us what it was about?
Please
First,
update.
starting with please update, it was during your tenure.
Yeah, that's correct. The message about please update, there was a what you call in Stelfontein, Operation Valumkoti, that one in Klerksdorp. The minister did go there, and the part where I talk about the tenure, I was referring to, we had a call, and I was trying to identify for him because there was the leaders of community in Stelfontein. So I was trying to explain to him this particular person I was referring to. And then I said that was the time when he was speaking. That time the minister was talking, and he wanted to know an update, and I said, and if you can check even the time, this time came after we have spoken when I said during your tenure. The update was that Stilfontein matter about the arrest, whatever that was happening in Stilfontein. But when I say it was...
And is that the arrest you told us about earlier, the operation with the Sun City docket? And
No.
No.
That was the Stilfontein, the Zamazamas. He went there many times. But the police update, and it was your tenure, it's not the same message. I was not responding to police update. If you check the time, he sent me 1:45 to 2. Then we spoke on WhatsApp about something that I think it will appear in one of the messages about this endeavor. And that's when I said during your tenure. My police update he wanted, because I called him. I did not respond to him here. I called him to say they are not yet arrested. It was about the kingpin of the Zamazamas who ran away from custody, because it was the meeting that he held. He had a meeting with people in Stilfontein. And I said to him, and I gave him that the man was not yet arrested. I updated him on the WhatsApp. I called him. But this message about it was during your tenure is not a response to this. This I just sent it. I just sent responding to something else, which we spoke about telephonically, verbally.
This first part of the message, which you say was about the arrest, you say this one had to do with Operation Valumgodi, where you say he says please update.
Yeah, about the arrest was in Valumgodi.
Why would you want an update about an arrest from you when this is a police matter?
No. Commissioners, there's no way if you want an update about arrest, then I could tell him about his tenure. The tenure was something else that we spoke about. It will come up in the other meeting. The evidence leader go there, or I will go there.
No, before you do that, I'm not asking you about the tenure. I'm not asking you about that.
Oh, yes,
message.
the update you wanted to know.
You've just said that question about please update related to arrests to do with the Operation Valumgodi, right? Am I representing your evidence correctly?
That's correct.
Okay. So my question is, if the minister wants to know whether there's been an arrest relating to an operation of Valumgodi, why would he ask you when it is a police matter and he's got police who report to him who are dealing with it?
Yeah, if you check the message, like I said, there was a community meeting in Stilfontein where there was community members, CPF people who were involved. And he thought I would have known better because I was interacting with those people. Just to say the person who ran away, because they were saying the community was going to look and hunt till they find him. So he just thought I would have had first-hand information because I was in Klerksdorp that time.
So you would have first-hand information about an arrest ahead of the police.
Yes.
So you would have first-hand ahead of the police.
Not necessarily the police. As a civilian, if the community decide to look for a person intending to effect probably, I would say, a civilian arrest or of some sort. But it was the community which was saying this man must be arrested. They kept on saying, and they were roaming all over to look. So it was relevant for him to ask me that what he was trying to say, did the community arrest this person? Because the community was looking for him. That's good.
Thank you.
Then when you write back to him on the 23rd of December saying we got a breakthrough, there are then 2 calls from him to you.
Yes.
What was the breakthrough you were talking about?
You see, now this is, and again, a different thing. Because these guys, it has nothing to do with this one of Stilfontein. No, it was not Stilfontein. It was something else. I just cannot remember what was that breakthrough, but it was not Stilfontein. Neither was it anything to do with politics. I can't remember what this message, but I did send this message. It came from me to Minister Sensu. There's nothing to do with the police or Stilfontein.
But if you go down a page, well, not down a page, just over the page to Tuesday, December the 24th, the Minister asks you, was the arrest effected?
Yes, but this is the same question Commissioner did ask me now about the arrest in Stilfontein.
Am I understanding you correctly that the start of this screenshot is talking about Stilfontein?
Yes.
Please update, it was during your tenure.
Yes, during your tenure it's not Stilfontein again.
It's not Stilfontein.
The tenure, no.
No.
Something
Okay,
else,
so
yes.
please update sometime before the Monday. Then there's some calls which you say were about Stilfontein. The outgoing calls, you calling the Minister. Then we got a breakthrough which you can't remember it's about, what that was about, and then there's some incoming calls. And then the Minister on Tuesday the 24th says, was the arrest effected? And that
Yes.
is about Stilfontein.
That's about Stilfontein.
And we can't, you clearly replied to it because you can see the top of what would be a signal response, but we don't see what you said.
You know, Commissioner, you know, it is really natural for one not to capture everything. But if I remember, I can recall something in Stilfontein. There were police officers who were somehow subjected to disciplinary processes, but I never spoke to the Minister about that. Those who were charged for letting the kingpin run away and stuff like that. So I really have to put it that the issue of we got a breakthrough, I can't remember what were we talking about, but we were not talking about the Stilfontein. I cannot remember because even the community members, the arrest that I was anticipating, that we expected from the community members, never happened. They couldn't get that person, number one. And when he spoke to me about, where I spoke about the breakthrough, I will have to remember what did I refer to. But where he asked me about the arrest, I know the only time we spoke about the arrest, it was about the Stilfontein from that community. There was no other arrest which we spoke about. But the breakthrough, I can't remember. It was during your tenure. I know where that thing falls in. Because we spoke about something else, and that's why I responded to this one.
Do you recall what you spoke about that was something else?
Beside the Stilfontein?
Besides Stilfontein, yeah.
I cannot remember.
Do you remember what this during your tenure
Yes, that I remember
was about?
very
I
well.
think that's what you're being asked.
Oh, about the tenure, it was there was a I don't have to take you to this message. May I look for that part, commissioners?
Sorry, which message are you?
That gonna speak to your tenure.
Is that the message about the Constitutional Court judgment?
No. Constitutional Court judgment, it has to do with the release of people who were sentenced to life after they were forced into a 204 statement by the PKTT. It's not that one. I will perhaps request the Commission that I should go and make notes, and as I come tomorrow, I'll be able to find this.
Let's not dwell on it now, but can I take you to the next one, which is the Constitutional Court judgment message? That's BM8 of the 31st of December. And it starts at the foot of page 135 and it goes down to the end of page 136. And there you write to the Minister, Minister, I'm going to get the case number and this judgment for you. Now we've got something proven by the court. This is the matter now which either Sibiya or the Minister can charge Khumalo and apply Rule 9 of the disciplinary hearing. It took the Constitutional Court to release a man who was sentenced to life imprisonment through a forced 204 confession. Imagine, Comrade Senzo, after 30 years of democracy having this kind of policing. The good thing now is these are not allegations but a court judgment.
Yes, I did send this message.
So you sent that to the Minister?
That's correct.
Now, and you've explained your understanding of the Makala judgment. What were you suggesting to the Minister in relation to the Makala judgment? Why would this be a matter for disciplining? Sorry, which Khumalo are you talking about?
The Khumalo in the political killing testing.
Major General Khumalo from who's also head of crime intelligence.
That's correct. No, not crime intelligence. It's in the KZN, not Lieutenant General.
Not Lieutenant General.
Yes. This is an incident that took place in 2020 or 2021, where the PKTT has obtained a statement, and when a person decides to change the statement, and they forced the person, the accused, to become 204. And during trial, the witnesses did mention to the court that they were forced to write this. They did not intend, they did not want to write this. They were sentenced to life. They went to SCA, and they went to the Constitutional Court, and they were acquitted by the Constitutional Court. And this message, it has nothing to do with my work. I did not investigate this thing. And I may have been misplaced or think this would be the remedy. But I did write this message to say, Minister, here is a judgment of some people who have been sent to prison for something that they did not do and being forced by the political killing task team to become 204, put a statement. Unfortunately, the minister did not even entertain me. He never responded to this message. He said nothing.
Why were you suggesting that General Sibiya should be the one to do the disciplinary hearing rather than the National Commissioner?
To charge them.
Indeed.
As commissioners, in my mind, I believed either Sibiya or either of the two should do something about it. And whether one is a contact or not contact, naturally a person will have feelings to say, but how can anyone can imagine being a witness, being forced to say something, and ultimately being sentenced, and you appeal to a SCA, you go and you end up being acquitted by Constitutional Court for something that you did not do just in the name of the PKTT. That's the reason. And when I checked this, and whoever I spoke to, they said, this has nothing to do with Kumalo, this has nothing to do with whoever. The minister cannot charge these people, and he did not even respond to me. It was my thinking that time.
Why did you think General Kumalo in particular should be the one that's disciplined for this? Were there any facts in the judgment that pointed to you've read the judgment, that's why you forward it, and that's why you suggest it's enough to charge General Kumalo? What is it in this judgment that pointed to General Kumalo being guilty of misconduct that was committed here?
Yes, that's why I said at that time, I took it that it is their making, they must actually be accountable also. But just like I'm saying, it is not specifically General Kumalo who did this.
Yeah, well, your WhatsApp message is very specific. It says Sibia can charge Kumalo. So I'm asking because
Yes.
you're very specific.
Yes.
What in the judgment
Okay.
pointed to you to it's Kumalo that must be disciplined? What about the facts?
When the team commit an offense, the person responsible for that team must take the responsibility.
Is that the only basis?
That's the basis. He is the project manager of this political killing task team.
Yes. Thank you.
Did you read the judgment?
Not in totality.
So where did you get the idea that this was a PKTT matter?
In part of the processes, it talks about them. The matter was done by them. It is them who were investigating the matter. It was a killing of a councillor, and it falls within the ambit of the political killing task team.
I mean, it was in fact a killing of a councillor in Knysna.
That's correct.
And it had nothing to do with PKTT, in fact.
Yeah, but it was investigated by them.
Well, we can discuss that tomorrow. The last screenshot I want to take you to is BM11 at page 142. It was sent by you to Mr. Matlala on the 30th of January, but it's a screenshot of an exchange that you had with the Minister on the 26th of January.
Yes, I did send a message.
Can you just explain to us what you are speaking to? First of all, you say, "Morning, Minister. I'm in Durban and can confirm they got nothing on Phoenix Saga, and our contact says they couldn't even go to any bank. By the way, the girls here also." What's that referring to?
There was information that there were some people who went to Phoenix. Phoenix is a business based in Durban, and it was alleged that he was involved with Minister Senzo Mchunu when he was a Minister of Water and Sanitation. So there were some allegations that there are certain people who went to Durban or to KZN to go and find out, to go and establish or investigate or go to find out as to what is it that Mr. Senzo Mchunu was involved with Phoenix.
And who was allegedly investigating?
I am not sure. It was just information.
But somebody must, you say, can confirm that they got nothing on Phoenix Saga. So did you not know who they were?
We just heard there were two guys from Gauteng, from which organization it was not, there was no any specific response to that.
And how did you know that they got nothing?
Because of the contact and people who were around, and the girl who told us, the same girl that I'm mentioning here, she did say they came, but they couldn't even proceed with whatever they were saying.
And were you mandated by the minister to look into this issue?
Repeat the question, Commissioner.
Were you mandated by the minister to look into this issue?
No. Because I was in Durban and I heard about that, I just thought I should talk to him about it.
So this was the first contact you had with him over that issue?
Yes, it was the first. You mean the first time in terms of me talking to him about it?
Yes.
No, I did. I did talk to him over the phone, but he said there is nothing there. I don't know what they're talking about, and he never sent me. But because I was in Durban, I just thought I should check on that particular issue.
Then you say tomorrow we're signing the practice notes on the Northwest PEC matter for the SCA in Pretoria with the senior counsel. The matter will be a month from tomorrow. What was that referring to?
That had nothing to do with the minister. It was my program, and therefore I had to tell him that I will be in Pretoria. I was checking in case he'll be in Pretoria.
Oh, so you're saying essentially to him, I've got to be in Pretoria tomorrow, so maybe if you're in Pretoria we can meet, as it were.
No, I'm just saying he should know that I will not be in Durban, I'll be in Pretoria.
I hear it.
Yes.
Then, briefing. The businesswoman who'd like to assist our program also participated in BRICS cybersecurity, is available to meet with the minister. Apparently you did meet before. Now, what was our program that the businesswoman wanted to assist?
Oh, there is a program, and it could not even kickstart for Senzo Mkunu in the KZN. It's a charity organization. At some later stage, he felt that it should not continue. But the idea was to, in fact, even the lady was to have a charity organization for which Comrade Senzo Mkunu could work on, especially when he's home.
So when you refer to our program, you're talking about a charitable foundation that Minister Mkunu was setting up?
Yes, that he actually planned to set up, but he ended up not setting it up.
Why do you refer to it as our program?
I wanted to be part of it. As a charity organization, I would gladly participate in that program.
Then, under 2, the guy of the funding is also in Johannesburg from Tuesday. So the guy of the funding, brackets 20, is also in Joburg from Tuesday. He is the one I said has a 3 billion contract with SAPS. Who are you referring to there?
Oh, this other guy, and there's no one who has 3 billion. It was a mistake. It's not 3 billion contract with SAPS.
But who are you referring to, and what is the value of that contract?
The contract was about 30 million contract with SAPS.
30 million, not 3 billion.
No, not 3 billion.
But who is the guy?
And that guy, I thought we could also use him for the same program. That's charity organization. I was going to combine them and have one program.
Sorry, but who is he?
Oh, Josias. His name was Josias.
Sorry, can you?
Josias.
Josias.
Yeah.
Josias, is that his first name, his surname?
I can't remember his name. We were just interacting, and he said he had a contract with SAPS for 30 million, and the same applies to him. We ended up not meeting with that guy.
So are you essentially suggesting to the minister here that someone who has a contract with SAPS can possibly be used as a source of funding for this charity foundation that the minister is setting up?
Yeah, like I said, you can see also did not respond, but he did not agree that we should have this person being a funder or something. It is me who said, and that's why I was very specific to outline, to confirm and kind of a declaration, but to show interest that the person has contract with SAPS, that he was also in Joburg.
Then the last section of this message, which spills over the page, also meeting with the DNC and COS today in Durban for finalization of Kumalo and General Mkhonazi's matters. What does that refer to?
Yes, with this whole thing, commissioners, this thing is cut off. Federation of yes, also that message I sent. It's number 3, under number 2.
Yes, also it's under number 2.
Yes.
I'll read it for you because it does get cut off, but
Yes.
I've got access to a better copy in the original. It says, also meeting with the DNC and COS today in Durban for finalization of Kumalo and General Mkhonazi's matters.
Yes. During this period, the Chief of Staff did allude to me that after his conversation with Lieutenant General Mkhonazi, General Mkhonazi did mention to him that he has some problems, and whenever he mentioned those problems, he did mention my name. So I have requested that, if possible, we could meet with with the DNC and Chief of Staff, that I can actually find out specifically what is it that General Mkhonazi did have a problem about, but and General Sibiya felt that it is not necessary to meet, because I did even ask the minister if that we are able to do, because the Chief of Staff did tell me that generally Lieutenant General Mkhonazi has a problem with me, and I thought we should find a way that I could, but the minister also did not agree to that, and that meeting never took place.
So what is the issue? I mean, you've spoken about the Mkhonazi matter, but the text says for finalization of Kumalo and General Mkhonazi's matters.
Yes, because I did talk to the DNC alone. I did talk to the Chief of Staff. I was hoping we'll be able to just to find out that I wanted to speak to the DNC and Chief of Staff to say I really need to know what is it that General Mkonazi has a problem with, but the meeting never took place.
I understand the meeting never took place, but I want to know what the relevance of Kumalo is in that meeting.
Yes, it's to finalize that meeting, to finalize that issue, all of it. Because remember, to me, it sounded like General Mkonazi did tell General Kumalo about that text of mine that I sent about him. I just thought that is the case. But because we never met, I ended up not knowing what General Kumalo had a problem about.
So, when you said you were meeting, you told the Minister you were meeting with General Sabia and the Chief of Staff today,
Yes.
which would have been the 26th of January.
Yes.
But in fact, that meeting didn't take place.
Didn't take place.
And just if we scroll a little bit down, you then text the Minister at 13:16 on the same day.
Yes.
DNC is waiting for the COS here. This is very significant.
Yes, it's because the meeting never materialized. Chief of Staff did not come.
So the Chief of Staff didn't come, but General Sabia did come.
No, remember General Sabia was in Durban already. But I knew he was going to fly back. And that meeting never materialized.
Yes, but you say General Sabia is waiting for the Chief of Staff here.
Yes, because I did ask him that the Chief of Staff should meet with him and he must brief him exactly what is it that General Mkonazi was saying he had a problem about with me. But that meeting did not materialize.
So the meeting never happened.
That's correct, Commissioner.
But as far as you were concerned, that was because the Chief of Staff didn't come. General Sabia was waiting for him.
Yeah, what I implied to say he was waiting, I meant, remember, he's not staying in KZN. And if he was willing to meet the Chief of Staff and not coming, I thought the Minister could ask Chief of Staff to go and see him to discuss this issue of General Mkonazi.
And you say to the Minister, this is very significant with a capital S.
That's correct, I did.
Why would it be significant for the Minister?
To ask the Chief of Staff to meet with General Sabia. General Sabia said, look, there's nothing that I can do. Get the Chief of Staff, because it is General Mkonazi who spoke to the Chief of Staff. So I cannot call him myself.
I understand General Sabia's position, but why would it be significant? You're telling the Minister this is very significant. What significance was it for the Minister?
As I said, Commissioners, General Mkonazi did say whatever that he said to the Chief of Staff. And for them to meet, I thought it was significant because Chief of Staff was going to relate whatever that he heard from the Lieutenant General Mkonazi.
And did you see this as a matter of importance for the Minister?
No, not the Minister to attend.
No, but why would the Minister be bothered with something? I mean, it sounds to me that your understanding of what was going on is that General Mkonazi had complained to the Chief of Staff about you.
That's correct.
And a meeting was now going to be held to try and sort that out, or at least to let you understand why there was this complaint about you. Why would that be significant for the Minister?
Not necessarily to understand why. For the Chief of Staff to narrate the story that he heard from General Mkonazi, for him to brief him that this is what General Mkonazi said. But now that did not happen.
Chair, we've run quite a long way past 4. I'm assuming we ought to have stopped at 4, or do we run to 4?
Should we not get to the end of this part of the testimony? We are a couple of pages to the end.
Sure. If you, Mr. Mogotsi, are you happy to finish the statement today?
It's not my call.
afraid you're right there. Let's proceed. It's not going to take long. So the last screenshot that we see is BM10 on 31st of January at page 140. This is actually a screenshot not of a Signal message but of a WhatsApp message, which was forwarded from you to Mr. Matlala on the 31st of January at 12:34. Now, you say in 99.15 that this is a screenshot of a message which I fabricated and then on-sent to Matlala as if I've received this from the Minister Mthunu. In fact, it's as if you'd received it from, I think, the Chief of Staff, because I think Senzo Chief is the Chief of Staff, which I did not. But I wanted to create the impression with Matlala that this was the position. So you say you fabricated it. Or you,
No. I fabricated the name there, Chief of Staff, Senzo Chief. That's what I changed. I put his profile there. But if you look at this message, it also came from Kat, explaining to me his position with South African Police Service, where he says, if you check it, outstanding caseload, could you well? This was his problem. And I said, send me this message so that I can send it to the Chief of Staff. On top there, he said, please arrange a meeting as soon as possible. I think they're escalating the matter to him of non-performance. Rather, let me, I'll explain it to the manager. You will explain it to the manager. Now there, he sent me this message. As is, I copied the message and changed that portion where it's written Senzo of Staff, Senzo Chief. So that's the fabrication I made, and I sent it back to Kat to show him that I sent him the message.
No, I understand that, but so what did you actually do? You took it, because if one scrolls down, one sees that the whole screenshot has a copy of, well, what it looks like is there is a copy of the original message sent by Kat. Then there's a voice call. Then you send something responding to the message, and your message says this matter may be escalated to you because of non-performance, and the you, I suppose, is designed to look like the Chief of Staff, because this is supposed to be an engagement with the Chief of Staff. Our guy needs your intervention. January 08 guy who's about to take over our program. This non-performance is a result of non-payment and or late payments. I'm sending him your numbers that you meet, please.
Yes, that's correct.
So how, you say this is a fabrication?
Yes, and I can do the same thing, and I can put your number there. Or anyone that you want.
So what did you do? Can you just explain how you created this fabrication?
All right. The message comes to my phone, and on the name of, let's say I saved Brown Mogotsi. On my phone, I can take typo and save him Brown Mogotsi. The same way with the profile of Brown Mogotsi. And I send that message and then take a screenshot and delete all on TAP. TAP will also not see immediately. then this copy, I'll send it to Kat Madlanga.
So what you did is you actually, you created a kind of bogus censor chief identity, or not even a bogus censor chief identity. You forwarded that message
To Kat.
No, not to Kat.
To somebody else. It's like when
To somebody else.
Yes, like with these two phones of mine, I can send this message here and
Yes.
write this phone terrible. It will look terrible.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you create
Send it to- and I
a
send it to-
conversation, and then at the end of it all, you you put censor chief in, or have you created a false censor chief to have the conversation with in the first place?
As you create your own censor chief.
Okay, so this was a conversation that you had essentially with yourself
And that's
with a label censor chief
That's correct. It's
on
done-
WhatsApp.
That's how it's done. You have two WhatsApps or whatever to do it, and then you take a screenshot. What is important is that the screenshot is to prove that I have spoken to censor chief.
And you then afterwards send a V card to Mr. Matlala with the details and then with a message that has to be sent to the Chief of Staff saying, hello, Chief of Staff, got your numbers from Mr. Brown, requesting a meeting, please, and you say, please talk to him.
That's correct.
But of course, the result of all of this is that Mr. Matlala is going to try to call the Chief of Staff.
That's correct. And also you'll check, there are two options in these operations. If the contact number of the Chief of Staff is on the minister's, what you call the ministry website, you can give it to someone. Now, if it's not on the ministry website, you'll send the number, but out of the 10 numbers, one will be shifted, and you'll never reach him.
So he was never going to reach the Chief of Staff
He
on
was
this
never
number.
gonna reach the Chief of Staff.
I now understand this the screenshot, Mr. Matlala. Mr. Mogotsi.
Call me Madlanga today.
I've done it twice. I apologize.
Next time I'll be on week.
Chair, 99.17, maybe if you could just quickly run through the rest of the statement from 99.17 to 101, just to indicate and amplify quickly if there's anything that you want to add.
Maybe before you do that, let me just make sure that I understand that page 141, the last two messages where you say, hello, Chief of Staff, got your numbers from Mr. Brown requesting a meeting, please. You're saying that's you writing to Mr. Matlala what he should send to the Chief of Staff. Am I understanding it correctly?
That's correct.
Okay. Then there's the following message which says, please talk to him. This is you to Mr. Matlala. Are you still writing for him what you should communicate?
On
What in
10
fact are you communicating here?
104.
141. It's that page you were looking at with Mr. Chaskasin just now? 141? So you've got from the bottom, you've got the
Yes.
second from the bottom, and you say that's you constructing a message for Mr. Matlala to
That's
send
correct.
to Chief of Staff. But then you also send him a message that says, please talk to him. Who is this
Is
for?
to show, I screenshot again to show Matlala that, or I forwarded, I'm showing him the message that I sent to the Chief of Staff, which I didn't send.
Oh, so you're saying to Matlala that you've asked
Yes,
the
to
Chief
show
of
him,
Staff
yes.
to talk to
And
you.
I was
to
quickly,
him.
now this must be done quickly because and you also send him a message, please talk to him.
Yes.
at that moment. And you know that moment he won't be able to reach you.
All right. Thank you.
And there's another option also, because now I'm talking this openly. Sometimes, in operations like this, one is able to even make a swim swap, and the whole day you don't get calls. Somebody is talking on your number as if it's you.
That's not what happened here.
That's not what happened.
Thank you.
Then, Mr. Mogotsi, can you take us from 9917 through to the end of the statement?
The sub-document forwarded to Madlanga was received by me through various sources within my network, which I recruited as a contact agent working for crime intelligence. I'm not at liberty to disclose the source identity, mindful of the repercussions that may follow. The information in each message contained information concerning crime intelligence that you forwarded to Madlanga. All messages I sent to Madlanga was in furtherance of my task order as a contact agent. Conclusions: at all relevant times hereto, I was duly authorized contact agent acting for and on behalf of crime intelligence, instructed by my handler or co-handler in terms of certain ad hoc task orders. I was privy to documents and information being a contact agent with a vast network of information gathering sources. In terms of instruction received from my handler and co-handler, and in furtherance of executing the mandates contained in the task order, instructions from them are engaged with the person stated herein above to the extent that I described.
Thanks, Mr. Mogotsi. Is there anything you would want to add to the statement before we pick up tomorrow when you'll be questioned on it? I've not identified anything so far. But I did mention in the statement somewhere that should there be a necessity for any supplementary, I believe I will be somehow allowed to, or I'll make that request to bring any supplementary. We note that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Chair, we've reached a useful point to end for the day.
Thank you. Mr. Mogotsi, see you tomorrow morning at 9:30. Let us adjourn.
Thank you.